Hey everybody, Mac the Monster here. Back with Storm. Got her in the little danger room here. And this is patch 11. So I have an upgraded build for her. And it's going to be quite a different build because of the changes they put in. And I think I like it better. I'll go ahead and show the build. It works under my usual build of 6 skills being maximized to their top potential. So that would be 20 points in any skill. You do get 2 freebie points, and you get to make use of them here. So I'm calling this build Wrath of Storm, because she's coming back with a vengeance, it seems like. And Spirited is going to be primarily a big factor into this. As you can see, they changed it. Not only does it restore spirit per second, but it also increases maximum spirit by a percentage, which is very interesting. So the more plus spirit items you have, the more spirit you're going to get from Spirited. Very interesting way of doing it. I like it. It's going to be good enough to offset one of your Tempest powers, or it could offset one of your Breeze powers. With the new changes, her Breeze powers are now separate from the Tempest powers, and her ultimate ability is now called Thundering Maelstrom, and it's no longer a Tempest. So now you can have a Tempest power and a Breeze power active, which does change things quite a bit. They adjusted the ranks of Chain Lightning and Ball Lightning. Probably makes sense, because Ball Lightning is much more powerful than Chain Lightning. And Thundering Bolt was more powerful than Chain Lightning, and you got Thundering Bolt first before. They did change the way the bolts work. They're kind of more in tune. The Stunning Bolt will end up doing more damage than Lightning Bolt, but Lightning Column and Stunning Bolt not quite equal. Lightning Column has the potential to do more damage because it's actually an area power. It hangs around in the area you cast it in for a while and does damage over a period of time, which can be good or bad. This will be directed at damage. What it hits, it does the damage listed, and that's the way it's going to be. Where this one, it does the damage listed when it first hits, but if the mob doesn't stay there, it's not hitting again. So this could actually be harder hitting for mobile mobs. If mobs are sitting still, Lightning Column would be your better choice. In this build, I take none. And we'll get into that right now. So, besides Spirited, primary powerhouse is going to be, of course, Thundering Maelstrom. To get it, you have to put a point in here. Lightning Storm, which is one of our one-pointers, as well as Windy Flight, get some movement going. And that's really it for the one-pointers. So I guess it kind of worked of getting rid of the one-pointers for this character anyways. And we're going to put as many points as possible into Thundering Maelstrom. Doesn't hit as hard, but it does work into it now a slow and an attack speed slower as well. Kind of interesting. Lowered the spirit costs somewhat, or my spirit costs are being reduced by gear maybe. And we're also going to put points into Crushing Hail. As we spend points into this, we notice that they kind of have similar durations. This does damage over the time. It reduces defense of the mobs. So primarily what we're going to do is drop Crushing Hail and then pop Thundering Maelstrom and do lots of damage. At least that's hopefully what we're going to be doing. Another one is Gusting Tempest. This is going to be one of your Tempest powers. Seeing how I only feel the need of one. Both of them do about the same damage. This one slows. I already have that effect going on, so I don't really want to double that effect as much as I would like to get the effect of projectile deflection. And that's a 55% chance to block a projectile. I like that idea. That'll come in very handy for some bosses and some mobs. And of course we got a slow going on here as well. And some defense reduction. And that's going to move us into our breeze, which I'm going to go with refreshing breeze. And that is going to be a refreshing change for Storm, because now she can regenerate some health. It's not a great deal, but it's also a defense boost, and that's going to help her live a little bit. Hopefully keep her going. And it costs 20% of the spirit, maximum spirit. So Spirited and Refreshing Breeze kind of outweigh each other, and you now get Spirit and Health Regen with Defense bonus. And then you're just going to be minus 50 Spirit because of Gusting Tempest. It has a static reduction. That's why if you find a piece of gear that has 40 or 50 Spirit on it, it's great. You just bought and paid for it. These skills last 8 seconds. You're getting 8.6 Spirit. So if my math serves me correct, that's almost a little bit over 70 spirit in the duration of these two spells. And these two spells happen to cost 74 spirit. This kind of synergizes very, very nicely. And finally, we're going to dump the rest of our points into Turbulent Winds. Why are we doing that? Because your wind powers briefly render enemies vulnerable to damage, and if you dodge, you get a movement speed increase. That's a nice bonus. I'm not counting on that at all. I'm counting on the minus 24.5%, or actually 24.5% extra damage being done to the mobs, combined with reducing their defense by 40% and annihilating them with Thundering Maelstrom. It's very, very synergetic. It's basically 2 buttons and kill, because this button's always up, this button's always up, this just always affects this. This you're going to have to get in range, so you have to get a little closer to the bosses and stuff, but you know, that's usually the case anyways. And this will hang on for 5 seconds if they move out, so you still get the effect. And it works pretty well. So there it is, and of course they also buffed Goddess of Weather a little bit. I didn't read that they did that, but it looks like they did, because now it's a area damage with a duration. Duration is 15 seconds. It gives you +1 speed, +1 energy to your primary stats, restores 5 spirit per second, gives you 2 second stun. When it hits and stuns, it reduces movement speed in the area by 25%, and it does 402 to 603 physical damage and 301 to 703 energy damage while they're in this massive storm. It's pretty awesome. That's like what you call a boss killer, you know, pretty nice. But that's the build. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And basically I do what I was doing before. Thundering Maelstrom on my right mouse button. My only primary basic attack on my left mouse button. I'm not looking for anything with basic attack bonuses, anything like that. Don't need it. And then I'm going to take the Gusting Tempest, and I'm going to take Refreshing Breeze. I'm going to move my buff, and that's it. And all you have to do, hit 1, hit 2. They're now both up and active. 105 spirit total, and I need 74 spirit to cast the 2 spells. And basically all I want to do is I definitely want to drop this Crashing Hail down. Say the boss is there, I can pop the Tempest, and I can move around the boss, and the boss is going to be annihilated. Rinse, repeat. When dealing with just trash mobs, you just run around in a circle. You don't have to worry about the Crashing Hail. Crashing Hail is a little bit more intended for bosses. But let's just say all these guys were bosses. That is a lot of damage getting dumped on something. And by the time it wears off, I'm almost back at max spirit. I just do it all over again. Semi-boring, I suppose, but hey, it's pretty effective. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and do a video of her and terminals with the build, so you'll be able to see that. And I hope it helped. Hope you guys enjoyed the awkward, no basic power build. But it's effective. So I'll go ahead and show that to you. Talk to you guys later.